Hey guys, what is going on? I'm Dale of Dale's Leatherworks. Big day for me because I'm finally getting around to reviewing Underhood Handmade boots. I've reviewed a lot of Indonesian brands, a lot of obscure Indonesian brands, and for my channel, the smaller the brand, the better. I really love small workshops. That to me is the sweet spot. I also appreciate the large corporate brands and all that, the Red Wings, the Thursdays. I also really appreciate small groups of people that get together in small little workshops and crank out just some of the best boots in the world. And Indonesia is a hub for this sort of operation. Now, I've reviewed Renab Goods, I've reviewed Tahura Boots, I've reviewed Imperium Boots, I've reviewed Junkard Boots, some Benzines as well, but today, Underhood, this is one that I've known from the beginning. Guys like Ticho Blanco and Stitchdown have been talking about Underhood for a long time. I'm finally happy to get my hands on some and to be talking about some. Huge thanks to my buddy Isaac, who I'm actually selling these for. I met Isaac in New York City during the Stitchdown boot camp. I got to talking with him and he said, yeah, I got these Underhoods in a size 42 if you'd like me to send them to you. And so they are currently available at dalesleatherworks.com. I will leave a link to the listing in the description below. They are completely unworn and brand new. For that, Isaac's looking to get his money back. He paid $650 for these, and so there's no discount on these. Basically, you get to pay the price and skip out on the weight because there is no weight for these. Ben at Stitchdown did an article on Underhood Handmade. So Ben says, while it's hard to say who the best Indonesian maker is, any short list would certainly have to include Underhood. Run by Rizky Afnan and a couple of apprentices, Underhood's production is limited, the demand is very high, and with good reason. Rizky runs lotteries on his Instagram page that offers winners the ability to work with him to build the MTO boot they've been dreaming of. Can you just DM him asking him to order? Of course. Will it work? Almost definitely not. Not because Rizky doesn't care, but because that lottery system is in place for good reason. In terms of styles, Underhood's service boot is about as perfect as it gets, and his engineers are similarly wonderful. Underhood Handmade is a true boutique bootmaker based in Bandung, Indonesia. The team is tight. Underhood founder Rizky Afnan plus a couple apprentices who specialize in various parts of the shoemaking process. Underhood's product truly delivers on the second part of its name. Every shoe is hand-lasted, hand-welted, and just about hand-everythinged. The work is beautiful, and only 2 to 3 pairs are completed each week because of the time investment that all the handwork takes. Wow. And so I will leave links to Ben's Underhood article in the description below. You could check that out. Also of note, my buddy Nick at Stridewise actually went to Indonesia recently and met with a lot of the different Indonesian makers. He got to meet with Rizky of Underhood, so stay tuned for that because he's going to be releasing content on some of the workshops that he went to and some of the makers that he met. Super duper cool. I'd love to be able to do that myself one day. Anyways, let's get to this particular build. So this is going to be the SVC02 model. It's made in Wickett and Craig traditional russet harness. Russet harness, yeah, it's definitely, it seems to be a more natural veg tan with possibly a glaze over it to really enhance those rustic features. I have a little bit of a hard time with calling this leather russet, though that is what Wickett and Craig Tannery calls this leather. I would call this natural. Russet to me evokes ideas because the etymology of the word russet comes from essentially our equivalent of rust. The idea of russet invokes ideas of red, brown, rusty, earthy, vibrant tones of red and brown combined. When I see this and I hear the word russet, I just kind of get confused because I don't feel like russet is the ideal name for it. Yeah, russet is a dark brown color with a reddish orange tinge. The first recorded use of the term russet as a color name in English was in 1562. It could also be used to refer to a rustic type of a look, and if that's what we're going for here, then this leather does look rustic. There's just no red pigments in it. So we've got natural thread in the uppers, 4 speed hooks. The rest are all brass eyelets. We've got 5 brass eyelets down here and then a finisher brass eyelet at the collar. This is a size 42D. This does look like my size, 100%. I'm an 1.5 in most US boot brands, and this 42, it appears to me that Underhood runs true to size, and this 42 definitely is my size. I was tempted to keep these, but my rotation's just out of control right now. I really need to offload a lot of boots right now, so I can't keep them. I will much rather just sell them on to a home where they will get love. The bottom is Welt Schoen construction. We've got an unstructured toe, a natural welt and edge finish, extremely nice. Natural outsole stitching, olive cork super grip, really good choice on the olive super grip outsole. Woodsman heel, and this is built on probably the coolest sounding last I've ever heard in my life, the Vulture last. It doesn't get any cooler than that. Underhood calls this style the PACKER boot. And yeah, Nick did come to his workshop. I got to talking with Risky and he filled me in on some of the details. And so yeah, really beautiful construction in the heel here. So we've got a Dr. Soul olive super grip heel cap, followed by 1, 2, 3 layers of really thick veg tan. 2 layers are in the heel, so we've got a little bit of a raised heel for arch support, and then the midsole here is 100% veg tan. We've got a veg tan insole. The insole contrasts against the natural midsole. I really like that look. And then yes, the Woodsman heel back here, very elegant, really complements the arch support in the midsole area. Really like the look of that. Pretty standard build for an Indonesian maker. We've got a nice roll top at the collar here, triple stitched back heel stay, nicely structured back heel stay down here, triple stitched back heel strip, separate piece from the back heel stay, plain toe. The tongue is in matching russet harness, Wickett and Craig leather. Oh, this is interesting. On the inside of the back heel strip, we've got cross stitches going all the way down. That is really cool. Typically with iron boots, I see it as horizontal stitches all the way down, but in this case, we've got X's going all the way down. We've got a proprietary Underhood handmade insole, appears to be vegetable tanned leather, and these actually remind me quite a bit of, this is a pair I really, really love. These are some Renav goods in natural double horse front, Horween natural double horse front. Similar build, though the Underhood is an 8-inch. This here is a 6-inch. The sole is similar in construction with the Woodsman heel. We've got a brown Dr. Soul super grip outsole. But yeah, really beautiful builds here. And yeah, in terms of the quality, the same. I could tell that all these guys in Indonesia, they're basically using the same sort of patterns, the same sort of DNA is built into these boots. They're all 100% handmade, hand bottomed, hand welted. Really, really flawless work. All the guys in Indonesia are doing something really special. I can't say enough good things about them, and I'm really happy to finally have gotten to review some Underhoods because, wow, I cannot tell the difference from maker to maker because all their skill levels are on par with one another, and they're all really, really good. These are basically bespoke makers, and all their boots, I talk about the continuum of factory feel versus handmade feel. All their boots have 100% handmade feel because they're basically 100% handmade. They are going to use a machine for stitching on some of the uppers, but in terms of the welting, that's hand welted. Anywhere else, you know, you'd end up paying $1,500 for these boots from probably a Western maker. You'd basically get the same level of craftsmanship. Really impressive work. Well done, Risky and the team. I hope to cover this brand more into the future because Chicho and Bennett Stitchdown, they've always talked about Underhood. A lot of my friends have Underhoods. It's just not a brand I've gotten around to yet, but they've always been on my radar. They've always had my respect, and now I can say, seeing these in person, they are 100% the real deal. Anyways, thanks a lot for watching, guys. Leave me your thoughts on these incredible Underhood PACKER boots. I'm Dale of Dale's Leatherworks. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll see y'all in my next video.